One of the things that I mention to parents when I work with them is to ask them a really simple question, picking up on what Kath just talked about. Ask your child a question: what are you curious about? What's something you interest? What's something that you are interested in? And then whatever their answer, compare that answer to what they're getting in their school. And 9 times out of 10, there is absolutely zero overlap, right? Or worse yet, you have a kid who says, I don't know what I'm interested in, because frankly, because no one's ever asked them, right? The school never says, today we're going to learn about what Jimmy wants to learn about, right? That doesn't happen. So yes, step one, asking and trying to understand, listen to your child really in a different way. But part of that is also, I would argue that maybe one or two step is to define what success actually means, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when we step into the educational world, success is a very narrow band of that's defined for us, and that usually has to do with college and career. College and career. You're successful if you go to college. You're successful if you have a well compensated career. I would argue that the more important question is one we've talked about on the show before: is who do you want your child to be as an adult? Who, not what, who do you want them to be? Usually those are issues around character. Usually those are issues around a love of learning, a passion for something, a desire to serve, a desire to change this broken world. Those are the things that when you actually stop and say, what does a successful young adult look like? It's a kid who knows those things. And again, I will ask you the question: compare the kids that you know in your community. How many of them have a real sense about a purpose for their life? How many of them have a real sense about a passion that is drawing them to work harder and faster than anybody else because they've been captured by some idea or some concept or some project that they want to now solve? If that is part of your definition of success, the traditional school simply cannot and will not support that definition. So that's another part. What does success actually look like? And then working backwards from there, you'll find a huge gap between that definition and a typical school's outcomes.